Wi-Fi.
It ain't my fault. Ooh, it ain't my fault. You bet. It ain't my fault.
Let me get back there real quick.
Yes, good? Better? Okay. My name is Kate Queram. I'm a reporter with the News and Record. And I'm here with members of the Treme.
Treme brass band.
I want to say Treme, and it's not right. Okay, the Treme bass band. So can we just start? Can y'all introduce yourselves and say what instruments you play?
Good afternoon. My name is Benny Jones Sr. I'm the leader of the Treme brass band. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Hello, you hear me now?
Ah, there we go. Sorry, y'all.
Good afternoon. My name is Benny Jones Sr. I'm the leader of the Treme brass band. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm glad to be here at the National Folk Festival. So thank you for having me.
My name is John Gray, a trumpet player, Treme Brass Band, and I'm also glad to be here.
Hello, how you doing? My name is Cedric Wiley. I play the tenor saxophone with the Treme Brass Band. It's a beautiful day, and we have a good interview today. Thank you.
So I know that the brass band tradition is really important to New Orleans, but that's kind of all I know about it. So can you explain how that tradition got started and how you all started playing together?
Well, the tradition of music in the brass band got started years ago from the older musicians, the Onward Brass Band, Eureka Brass Band, the Tuxedo Brass Band, the Olympia Brass Band, Preservation Hall Brass Band. Yeah. So it started from the older band, the Olympia Brass Band, the Eureka Brass Band, the Tuxedo Brass Band. And some of the guys started passing away, and it needs some of the young guys to keep up the tradition of music. So we decided, the Treme Brass Band, to try to keep the tradition of music alive in New Orleans by educating some of the young kids to be involved in the tradition of music.
Is it jazz music? What kind of music do you play?
It's jazz, but it's mostly traditional New Orleans music. They got certain kind of jazz. They got swinging jazz. They got classical jazz. But this is mostly traditional sound. The old music like Louis Armstrong had played for many years, and Danny Barker. So we try to keep that tradition alive, playing the traditional New Orleans music.
And when you teach the younger people in the community, do they approach you? Are they interested in learning more about the music and how to play it?
Yes, they do. Some of them come out of a musical family, and they've been involved with the social and pleasure club back in New Orleans. So they follow the parades and things. The second line is jazz funeral. So that's how they get inspired and be a part of the traditional brass band music. Some people call it a second line band, but it's a brass band. A second line band is just a nickname of the band.
So they're the same thing?
It's the same thing. But
okay. So you play events like this, but this is an embarrassing confession, but how I sort of came to learn about brass bands was when I was planning my wedding. We watched a lot of terrible wedding shows, and every time there was a wedding in New Orleans, they would have a brass band that would sort of lead the wedding party and guests from the ceremony to the reception area in New Orleans. So do you do that kind of thing? Like, what kind of events do you play?
Well, that's a big market today. You have people from all over the world. They'll call me and ask me, are we getting married in New Orleans and we'd like to have a brass band? I said, that ain't no problem. You give me all the information and I'll get back to you. But when you get ready to do a second line wedding, you have to go to the city, get a permit for the parade, and then you got to get a permit for the police escort. So we'll pick them at the hall, and we'll march 4 or 5 blocks so they get ready to do the wedding reception. But in New Orleans today, it's a big thing. just about everybody else from out of town or getting married. You want a second line wedding, and it's a big thing in New Orleans today.
Do you, wait, okay, so, and there's
Can
also.
I piggyback on that?
Of course.
The reason a lot of people get second line and the brass band mixed up is because the band is the first line and the people that are behind the band is the second line. And when we march through wherever we're going, be it a funeral or a wedding, that is the procession, that is the protocol, and that's what they get mixed up. They call it, oh, it's the second line band, but it's actually a brass band, and the music that the people that follow us are the second line.
That's very cool. Can you, what is a jazz funeral? Is that just when you play at a funeral, or is it something different?
Well, some people put that in their will. They put that in their will. They have seen it, especially in the invitation of life. The people see that jazz funeral come down the street with a horse-drawn carriage and the musician, and everybody walk very slow. So some people put that in the will, say, when I die, I would like to have a jazz funeral. And when you do the jazz funeral, the band starts maybe at the corner here, and you go to the funeral parlor at the corner and pick up the body. So when the body gets ready to come out, the band will start playing a hymn or a dirge while they put the deceased in a hoist. And then a band will march very slowly up the street with a hymn or a dirge, what a friend we have in Jesus, or Amazing Grace, or in the sweet by and by. We do a slow thing for about a block and a half. And then we'll walk and do some of a little up-tempo tune, try to make up time, and then we come back with another dirge. That's when we get ready to cut the body loose. The body, the deceased get ready to go to the graveyard. He has his last ride and the last music, so we try to give him a beautiful funeral. So that's what they call a jazz funeral.
Yeah, it's like it's a contrasting thing where it's a period of being able to mourn for the deceased and then having a point in which you celebrate their life, you know, in the form of more happier music, you know, up-tempo songs, saints, second line, other songs that really give people the opportunity to celebrate and feel good about the person who's going on, you know.
And also, they use, you might see umbrellas and handkerchiefs. In the older times, the umbrellas were to symbolize repelling evil spirits from the body. So that's why the umbrellas is symbolic in that funeral.
Do you like playing those? It seems like that would be a big honor to play a funeral.
Well, I'll tell you this, because I've done a few of them, and I mean, the Treme Brass Band has done a great many of jazz funerals, and it's, from my vantage point, I can say that bands like the Treme Brass Band, like ours, is a part of, oh, there we go. All right, bands like Treme Brass Band is a part of the culture in dealing with things like life, you know, matters of life and death, dealing with funerals and weddings and various celebrations. So it's a part of really involving ourselves in the culture and keeping those traditions alive more than it is just to get called up to do a gig that you're going to get paid for. You know, it's a part of keeping that tradition going. So no doubt, it's part, you know, it is an honor to be able to do that and be cast with the obligation, responsibility of, you know, perpetuating the culture and traditions.
I mean, you guys, and you can tell me what some of the other traditions are, but I know that you take the dress code very seriously, right? The band dress code. So what do you wear? And do other brass bands wear different things?
Our dress code is, when we go to work, we wear black pants, white shirt, tie, and a black and white band hat, like the gentleman have right here. That's when we're doing convention, wedding, private parties. Now, when we get ready to do a jazz funeral, we will wear the black hat. We'll wear the black hat, black pants, black tie, white shirt. Sometimes we would have to wear the coat, but we normally is all black, black and white for the jazz funeral with the black hat. That represents a jazz funeral.
It used to be a time also, and Uncle Benny can actually probably speak on this, that I know the unions used to be like the watchdogs to make sure that brass bands were, proper dress code when they were doing funerals and various other celebrations and events and what have you, to make sure that they were in regulation.
What happened years ago, it was a bunch of union music and waking on the street playing the music, so you had to be in the union in order to be involved in the brass band. So what happened in the later years, they started to write the wake law, so everybody can wake like they want to, do what they want. But from my beginning, being a musician, I joined in the union, so I was always protected by the union. I was getting good gigs, or Ray Charles would come to town. He would hire a New Orleans band to play all his music, read his charts and music. Whoever big time artists would come to town, they would go to the union and pick out the musicians who they want to perform on the stage with their band. So you have to be in the union to be a part of that.
Are there still unions for that?
Yeah, we're still union musicians. Yeah, we do a bunch of stuff to the union. We do like conventions, conventions. We do a commercial. We do whatever call. And we need the union. We go to the union and they will do the contract and make sure we get the proper money and make sure we get the right, contract brought up for this engagement.
And the name of the band comes from the neighborhood where you grew up, is that right? The name of the band comes from the neighborhood?
Yeah, the name of this band, the Treme, is come out the neighborhood. It's a 6th ward. So they changed the name to the Treme. That's right, it lives on the Armstrong Park. And it's right out the French Quarter. So if you come to New Orleans, you ask for Armstrong Park, and right there, that's the beginning of the Treme area.
And also, the Treme neighborhood is the oldest African American neighborhood in America. Yes, it's right next to Congo Square, where the slaves were auctioned off, and next to that is the Treme neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are probably familiar with Congo Square. If you've heard anything, I know you've heard of Congo Square. That's currently right in the area where Louis Armstrong Park is now. But people know about the traditional Congo Square back during slavery. Sundays was the day in which slaves were allowed to go and drum and sing and dance in their original, and the customs of their native land. And so that's the area of the 6th ward, which is called Tremé.
How big is that neighborhood? And do you all live there?
Yeah. I live a little bit outskirts of Treme. I was born and raised in the Treme, but I moved up on the house a little bit further out, maybe a mile out around the fairground, where they have a big jazz festival every year. That's around the fairground. So, but I still have a bunch of relatives in the Treme. So I'm in the Treme just about every day when I'm in town, visiting my friend. The museum, I be by the Backstreet Culture Museum just about every day. That's a museum. You come there and you can see the Mardi Gras Indian costumes, the skeleton Indian costumes, the baby doll outfit. So if you ever come to Orleans, come to the Backstreet Culture Museum. They have the Indian suit, the skeleton suit, the baby doll suit, and whatever. You're gonna be really excited if you ever walk up in there and give pay them a visit.
Yeah, a lot of people familiar with the neighborhood. One of the nicknames is called Back of Town, and of course everybody is familiar with Trombone Shorty, and that's where Trombone Shorty is from and been raised. Now I think Tony got a song on this album called Back of Town. Yeah. I think I have the whole album's called Back of Town or something like that. But yeah, that's the neighborhood, and it's a lot of like Mr. Jones was saying, it's a lot of musical families that come from various neighborhoods in the city, and Tremé is definitely one of the more, renowned neighborhoods where many great musicians and families have come out of to continue on the tradition and to perpetuate it, in its popular forms like our Trombone Shorty has done, and keep things going. So, yeah.
Do y'all have any questions? I'm happy to open it up.
You could also pick up a 1 hour CD, 2 hour CD. 1 hour CD had Back of Town Blues. That's related to in the Treme. And then we have another CD down in the Treme, so you can buy them 2 CD at the booth. We got Back of Town Blue that related to the Treme. You got the song called Down in the Treme. So if you get a chance, check both of them out if you get a chance.
And everybody gonna know Down in the Treme because that was the theme song on the HBO special Treme. So everybody gonna know about that one.
You looking at the real HBO Treme right here.
But you can also catch the Treme Brass Band on that HBO movie, to win the HBO movie too. Yeah.
Do y'all have questions? Anybody?
Nobody, everybody let them raise their hands at once.
Okay, shout it.
I was just wondering about sources of, you do weddings, you do funerals, you play in clubs. I mean, does the brass band play in a club, or do they only do events like what you're talking about?
We also play at the DBA on Franklin Street every Tuesday night from 9 to 12. Certain part of the year we go from 10 to 1. So you can catch at the DBA on Franklin Street next to the Snug Hall every Tuesday night.
Everybody knows about Frenchman Street now has like become like one of the hotbeds of music in New Orleans. So it's one of the destination spots. So, you know, many clubs around there, Spotted Cat, Snug Harbor, the Blue Nile, all these places, Frenchman Street area, and Treme plays every Tuesday night without fail out at DBA. And if you're in town, you gotta come out and check that set out. It's down home. Everybody comes in, and also many musicians come out and sit in too. You never know who might be out and come and sit in. Delphio Marcellus might, and many other guys who are out there on the scene will come through. And
we even had Stevie Wonder on the stage with us.
Yeah,
we had to lead him up there though.
You gentlemen mentioned some of the funeral traditions that are there in the French quarters. When it comes to the brass band playing in one of the funeral processions, along with an actual funeral carriage, what position does the band play with that? Does it precede the carriage, come after the carriage, or alongside, or how does that work?
Well, no, when we're doing the jazz funeral, the band will march first, do a slow dirty first. The band would always lead the dead. We want the dead to lead us. We lead the dead. We always lead the dead, and we march so a block or two, whatever. So when they get ready to cut the body loose, the band will open them, then they come behind, in between, start to leave, because they get ready to go to the graveyard. So they take the whole funeral procession, keep on going. When the horse-drawn carriage and the family, the limousine pass, then the band will cut out, let them go. And the band will normally do, they have some people hanging around, so what we do a little up-tempo music back to the starting point. So we do usually Waterfall, I know we might do second line, Joe Avery Blues, Little Lies of Jam on the way going back, bringing the people back to their cause. So the deceased is going to the graveyard. Thank you.
You mentioned the fact that you play every Tuesday night. We've been to New Orleans and we're familiar with Preservation Hall and the fact that, of course, there's a resident band at Preservation Hall and then there's members, of course, that tour as well. Is that a similar arrangement to what you do and some of the other bands do as well?
Yeah, we perform every now and then at Preservation Hall, do the late shows when we're available to have a spot for. We do some of the same music at Preservation Hall, and then we at the DBA we mix our music up because the Preservation Hall is about straight traditional music. So when you come to the DBA, we mix the music so everybody can have fun. We try to make everybody happy when they come. Even if you have a birthday, we celebrate your birthday at the DBA.
And sometimes the personnel can end up, interchanging sometimes. But you can always, if you see Treme, you can always see Mr. Jones and several other members of the group, anywhere that you see the name Treme Brass Band. So,
thank you.
sorry, we're out of time. So thank you guys so much. It was great talking to you.
Thank y'all for the questions. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Catch y'all at the show. Come to the parade this evening. Come have fun at the parade.
One more thing I want to say. It'd be amiss for us not to mention Uncle Lionel. Uncle Lionel was a long-time player with us. He played the bass drum for many, many years, but he passed away. And we just want to mention him. Thank you.